He never done this before. But seeing as it's special circumstances and all, he says I can knock $100 off that true coat.
100. You lied to me, Mr. Lundgaard. You're a bald-faced liar. A fucking liar.
I don't know!
Your complete attention, if you please.
Hi, welcome back. Another episode.
Hello.
Of the podcast, Khnemu, Kozak's Oscar Ballot podcast, where we do not see all the movies, but we see as many as we can, and we help you win your Oscar ballots at home to get those sweet prizes like gift cards to Chili's and bottles of wine. I've seen it all. I've seen all the Oscar ballot prizes. So hopefully you win yours and we put you in a position to succeed. Did you have a nice week, Khnemu?
It was a pretty fair week. Yeah, it's kind of busy, but yeah, thank you. It was all right. How's your week, Kozak?
It was good. It was busy. But I'm here today. I'm happy to be here, and it's the weekend.
Exciting.
And everybody's working for the weekend. Did you see anything that you're excited about this week?
I have not exactly seen any new pictures or any Oscar nominees or anything this week. I've been a little behind on that.
That's okay, because I kicked some butt. So we'll keep us keep us in line here.
Good. What'd you see? Yeah, we'll get to what you saw.
I did have another conversation with a friend about the Barbie movie, just to make sure that we covered this for 2 episodes. He said it the way I said it, the way I feel exactly about it. And I think this is where we'll be in vehement agreement. Sometimes satire is so close to the real thing that it becomes a victim of the same thing that the real thing was a victim of. And that's what I think. They made Ken into this shallow character that didn't really have a lot of depth and which is the point, but they did it so honestly that's what the problem is. I felt, this character doesn't really have anything to it, and so it bored me, or it made me feel it was cheesy. Whereas I thought Barbie was rich and had an awesome arc and all of that. So that's where I think our disconnect is on Ken, and maybe that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't like I didn't enjoy what I saw, even though I respect what it was. I didn't. The experience, that's what the experience was in the moment.
Sure. I mean, I get that. I take that point, though. On that point, I would then say Ryan Gosling is even more deserving of a nomination, because I think his performance, for me, brought a little more depth, maybe, than you might not have immediately gotten from what was on the page. I think he really hit the moment and hit those buttons that brought the story to life.
You see, what I remember from last week is you said none of the women should win and only the man should have won. And I seem to remember you saying Greta Gerwig sucks and only Ryan Gosling was the good thing, and that you hate women and you only like the men. That's what I remember from last week. So
I'm pretty sure anyone going back to listen to last week's episode will see I said none of those things.
So. Yeah, no one's going to go back and re-listen.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
I had it backwards. I realized we're doing terrible on Spotify, but we get a little buzz on YouTube. We need to start pushing people to Spotify, because that's where I like to listen to it. But YouTube, just like, the thing about YouTube is we end up in people's feed somehow. Whatever they're doing, they're pushing us out there. Whatever, someone's watching Oscar videos and we just show up all of a sudden.
Right.
But on Spotify, I feel like they're not doing anything for us, and it shows. So if you're here on YouTube, try to give our Spotify a couple plays, please.
It's up on the spots. Are we on the Apple on the iTunes?
No, we're only on Spotify. That's the thing. We're only on Spotify. We do not have. Okay. We're exclusive to Spotify and YouTube.
I see.
So welcome YouTube, and welcome the 3 people on Spotify that somehow found us, which might be it might be me, you, and my wife. I think might be the 3 people that are listening on Spotify. Except my wife's probably not listening either.
She maybe like clicked it so we could get a listen, so we could rack one up, and then
I've asked her to, but she's very busy. She's very busy and important. Well, do you want to do a little news?
I love the news.
News team, assemble!
Yes. So we don't have a box office because it's Saturday. So, but right now it seems the Bob Marley movie is really kicking some butt. It's taken in 46 million so far. Starting Wednesday, starting for Valentine's Day.
It's really clever. I mean, like, I get it. It's a Bob Marley biopic, and he had a big song called "One Love," but it's like kind of gross and also kind of awesome that they were like, let's release it on Valentine's Day. It's like,
yeah. Oh, it's a little gross. Now that you say it, now that you mention it, it's a little gross. Yeah. Don't know if I like that. It looks okay. The thing is, this is the week where all the terrible movies come out. So I'm very skeptical.
I'm very
skeptical.
Yeah. It looks decent. And honestly, now that we're in Oscar season, this may be one of the first big movies of the year that they're talking about this time next year, just because it's a biopic.
The songs, maybe, if they did a Bob Marley song or something.
It's a biopic, and the guy who directed, I think it's the same director as King Richard a couple years ago, I think.
Oh, really? I did like King Richard, despite the slap.
Right, despite the slap. So, I mean, if he's already had like that Oscar nomination on his resume, they're gonna be kind of looking his way. So
Fucking no!
I'm sorry. Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, well, I love Bob Marley. For my money, it doesn't get much better than Redemption Song when you're in a sad place at a bar or whatever,
Yeah, baby, it's a karaoke
it's very good, and I wish nothing but the best to the Bob Marley estate. So I hope this does continue to make a lot of money, and I will see it at some point. But I saw some other things this week. In fact, I have some very good news. Cinemark Theaters has refills again.
Holy God.
Yay!
All right.
Now that's one big bucket of corn.
Well, because COVID, they've been so bad about the refills.
True.
But they're back. The COVID days are over, and now Cinemark has refills again. Am I breaking up? Is my picture breaking up?
Yeah.
That is annoying. Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes, or if I have to restart. I'm sorry. But anyway, very good news. Cinemark has refills. We really did it. The crisis is over.
Thank you, Cinemark.
Next news. Saturday Night Live star Colin Jost to headline the 2024 White House Correspondents' Dinners, according to the Hollywood Reporter. Are you a fan of SNL? I feel like we talked about this last year, but I can't remember. Your audio went out.
Really?
There it goes. Yeah. So SNL, your audio went out for a minute.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I just started talking low. I guess if I dropped my voice too low. I can't say that I'm a huge fan. I watch it sometimes, and I have affection for the old days, but no, I don't really care about what happens on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I love Saturday Night Live. I still watch it every week when it comes out. It's the same as always. Some of them stink, some of them good. This is a great cast, though. The writing is finally starting to catch up to the cast, because that was one of my problems. Was I was like, you have these really talented performers, but you're just writing a bunch of weirdo stinkers, and now it's getting like, no, you finally know who you have, and you know what people find funny, and you're starting to write them in funny roles. And like Bon Yang's one really great. They've really figured out how to use him. Lots of funny stuff. Well, anyway, I'm excited. That's as close to politics as we were going to get until just now. This was big news. This is very big news. Variety, Alexei Navalny, Russian opposition leader and subject of the Oscar-winning documentary Navalny reported dead at 47 by the prison service. So yes, so last year's documentary Oscar winner. I don't remember if you saw it, but I remember seeing it. And it was very good, and he's very funny and cool, and it's very sad. I think that documentary's importance just like is through the roof now.
Yeah,
Because
right.
it basically like it follows him right up until he was arrested at this last term that killed him. So it's the last time he was seen outside of prison was this documentary. So very, I mean, other than trials and stuff like that.
Wow.
But yeah, this show is banned in Russia.
That's good. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, we due to some I think it's part of our anti-Putin message that we have in her, but I think it's also the copyright over our sound clips maybe. And
Yeah.
definitely on the music ones were banned in Russia. And you know, and I'm kind of for that. I'm pro them losing content in countries where they're doing things like that. So but we won't go down that rabbit hole. You got any birthdays today?
Oh yeah, we got a few people celebrating some birthdays here. Who do we got? Who do we got? All right, kids. Oh,
I don't know.
oh yeah, they're very popular. What
Nobody
what a
talks
day.
to me that way. Nobody.
All right, so February 17th. Brenda Fricker, Academy Award winner, 1989 Best Supporting Actress for My Left Foot. She is 79 years old today. Happy birthday, Brenda Fricker. Barry Humphries, who played Dame Edna, actually, one of our great drag performers, would have been, sorry, doing math in my head, would have been 90 years old today, but he passed away last year. So rest in peace. Happy birthday. We also have Jim Brown. Jim Brown, the late great NFL star, former NFL star, action movie star, a legend in his own right. He would have been 87 to 88 today, but he passed away as well. So rest in peace, my friend.
This is an outrage. I demand an investigation.
See, Paris Hilton, the infamous, the great, the
I need
legend.
to feel you, Jerry! Show me the money! Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money!
Oh, she's got it, and she's 43 years old today. Just, hey, welcome to the club. I'm the same age as Paris Hilton. Look at that shit.
Are you on the list?
Here's some of these B-listers
But I believe my
here.
friends are. Perhaps you know them. Franklin, Grant, and Jackson.
Renee Russo is 70 today. Happy birthday to Renee. The star of La Bamba, Lou Diamond Phillips.
I have taken it.
62.
Did you take that acting class with Lou Diamond Phillips?
I did when he came to OU that time.
Fun. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun.
that's right.
That was
Yeah, that was
great.
dope. I remember that. Yeah, he was a good guy. Yeah. Happy birthday, Lou.
He's
Michael
probably
Bay.
listening to this.
Of course he is. He's a big fan. Yeah, me and Lou, we go way back. Michael Bay, Mr. Bay, blowing up things for almost 30 years now with movie stars. He's 59 today. Happy birthday, Michael Bay. And finally, we're going to close out with Jerry O'Connell turning 50 today of Stand By Me. Is he still married to Rebecca Romaine? Either ex or current. You know, Rebecca Romaine's talk show host. He's 50. Happy birthday, Jerry. Denise Richards, 53 years old today. Starship Troopers, Wild Things, 90s icon, 53. JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, sharing a birthday with Paris Hilton, also turning 43 years old today. And finally, closing us out, recent Emmy winner Jeremy Allen White, star of FX's show The Bear, is 33 years old today. Also appearing in The Iron Claw right now.
What did we learn, Palmer?
I don't know, sir.
I don't fucking know either. I guess we learned not to do it again.
Yes, sir.
I'm fucked if I know what we did.
Yes, sir. It's hard to say.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes, great job. We really loved that. You could tell
Yeah,
by the
thank you, thank you.
excitement.
A lot of birthdays, man. A lot of birthdays.
There's a lot of birthdays. Yeah, fun ones too. Jerry O'Connell is a treasure.
Yes, man.
He
Oh,
he would show
sliders.
up at some of the theaters too, in LA, not the comedy theaters. He would drop in and stuff. Very fun.
Right on.
Okay, well, we don't really have, we kind of got a big day of going through the ballots, and we're kind of oh, you do have one other thing. What's
I
coming
guess there was
out?
the DGA. That's right, right? Or the, oh, do we want to do the DGA or the? Because nothing's coming out. Nothing's. I look. There's nothing.
There's nothing coming out. Yeah, so what's going on in the DGA?
Oh yeah, they had the DGA awards a week ago. I don't want to go into too much detail there. Just
If you
mention a
have
few
tears,
things.
prepare to shed them now.
Because it generally it sets up who's going to win the Best Director award at the Oscars. That is the conventional wisdom. So I'm going to save that one for last. The Lifetime Achievement Award in television went to David Nutter. I wanted to mention that he's a legend who has directed lots of television pilots over the past 30 years or so, including some iconic episodes of Game of Thrones, including The Red Wedding. He's a legend. Good for him.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Iconic episode. I still
Yes,
love
he
Game of
is.
Thrones. I don't care what anyone says. I'm watching House of the
Yeah.
Dragon too.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that one to come back. Celine Song, did not win a nomination for her film Past Lives, though it is nominated for Best Picture this year. She won for Best First Time Feature.
That's probably fair. How many first time? That was a really great movie. It just everything about it is a little small for
Sure. I mean,
and
I'm not just
simple.
worried
But
about
that's what
direction.
was good. That's what was good about it, is it was really simple. It's going to be hard to compete with like Oppenheimer and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Speaking of Oppenheimer, the big winner of the evening was Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, beating his fellow nominees Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, Alexander Payne for The Holdovers, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, and Greta Gerwig for Barbie, who the DGA wisely nominated.
I haven't seen Anatomy of a Fall yet. I need to see that. But
Yeah.
we have beat that horse, I feel, enough. So I won't.
I mean, I'm
I
sure it'll
won't-
come
we
back
won't-
up.
Okay,
It'll come
we should
back
talk.
up.
You know what? We should talk
Yeah.
about it every episode now that I think about it.
Yeah, it'll come up in its own regard. We don't need to force it. But
I have to tell you about the future!
There'll be more Barbie in the future.
of course.
Is what I know. Cool. Well, I guess on that note, maybe we should get on to our Oscar ballot segment and work our way through and see what happens.
Yeah.
May I have the envelope, please?
Have a little fun here. You know what? I'm gonna do some gambling here because, like I say, I have not seen any additional nominated films.
Hold up. We got to go in order of the segment of the categories. We got to work down the track, or I'll have problems.
All right. Okay. No, I'm not gonna jump ahead. I'm just saying.
I hear you're about to make a pick.
No, I'm not.
I got to hit the button.
Look, I'm not saying I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna go in order. We can go through the categories, but as we go through the categories,
it could be like this, just like this always.
Just saying, I might make some guesses.
Hey, try not to suck any dick on the way through the parking lot.
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's start. Let's start with the actors. I made some progress this week because I saw Rustin last night.
Oh, Rustin.
Oh, I did.
Rustin. How was Rustin?
Well, as a movie, I mean, it was great.
Was it inspiring?
It was interesting.
It was interesting. Sure.
It felt a little
preachy.
It was good. It was good. I mean, he was definitely especially seeing him on The Walking Dead and seeing him in this or Fear the Walking Dead. It's like he's very transformative. His performance is very transformative.
I'm sure he's wonderful. He's a great actor. I'm glad he's nominated. Cool. Yeah.
It was a sweet movie. It just didn't have the umph. It just didn't really ever just get me that like some of these other movies have gotten me. Not very right yet. I'm gonna guess it's my mega dark horse of the five. I mean, if he won, I would be shocked. But it's a wonderful performance. I just didn't think the movie was as good as some of the other movies, and I think that in the end, that's gonna hurt the especially when you're up against Oppenheimer and holdovers, and even I thought Maestro was better of the two.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, people really haven't been talking about Rustin as a film so much. They've been talking about Coleman Domingo's performance. So
I'm gonna see what the SAG Awards do before I make my call on Paul Giamatti or Cillian Murphy. But that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I'll pass on Best Actor.
So actor in a supporting role: Sterling K. Brown, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, and Mark Ruffalo. Boy, again, I just think
I'm picking. I'm gonna make a pick. I'm gonna make a pick.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
May I have the envelope, please?
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready. I'm going to color code it.
Okay. For the Academy Awards 2024, 97th Annual Oscars, Best Supporting Actor category, I pick Robert Downey Jr. as Louis Strauss in Oppenheimer.
Oh, he's doing such a good PR campaign right now too. He's getting out there. He's getting great articles
everywhere,
he's telling stories.
Everywhere.
He
promoting
is
all kinds of things.
Success.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
he's
and it just seems that way. I just loved Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things. My heart wants to go with Mark Ruffalo. I'm gonna stew on it one more episode.
And I need to see Poor Things.
I'm going to decide if I wish you would see it quickly so we could have a conversation about this, because it is just the best Mark Ruffalo performance of all time. And in a guy who has had a lot of really great performances, like it is the most fun he's ever been in a movie. And I just loved his work, and but in my heart, that's my heart. And I just see Robert Downey Jr. getting out there. It just seems like it's all building up to be his year. So I think that was a very astute pick.
Yeah.
Unquestionably the front runner.
Absolutely.
Actress in a leading role. So Sandra Hüller, she is also in the Zone of Interest.
Correct. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
She's in both. And I got to tell you, I got to see this Anatomy of Fall, because I think that makes a difference. I got to tell you, because she is so good in Zone of Interest. Okay. She has if this is better than that, and those are the two things. This group, I've never even heard of her as an actress.
You saw Zone of Interest, right? Yeah, you just said.
I saw Zone of Interest. Yeah. Yes, yeah. I just saw it.
Do you know how they shot that movie? Did you see he did Big Brother style, put hidden cameras throughout the house, and just basically didn't tell the actors where they were, and just kind of let them play the scenes out and stuff. I'm like, that's kind of yeah, I want to see that.
I'm gonna make a bold pick tonight, and I'm gonna tell you why when I get there. But
sure, okay.
It is. I don't want to spoil. It's not really spoiling it, because this is what the whole movie is. But it's sort of like the premise. Do you know the premise of the movie? It's like the head guard of Auschwitz builds his house next door to Auschwitz and just tries to have a normal life. Well, it's sort of got that what was that Roberto Benigni movie?
Life is Beautiful.
So it's like a sad Life is Beautiful. It's like, it's not really about Auschwitz, but it's so good, it's really awesome. Definitely see why it's in there. But I didn't realize she was in both, and so I just saw it, and now I got to see this before I make this pick. But I'm probably still leaning Lily Gladstone just because it seemed like that's where the wind is blowing, and also it was a very, you know, it was just great range. That character, she just had great range in that, and she played. I don't know. I loved her relationship with Leo. She just like loved
Yeah.
him so much and trusted him so much, and just to see her like she played those last scenes were so great.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Great
I need to
performance.
see.
You have any thoughts on this?
I just need to see Poor Things before I go ahead and make a pick here, because I've heard and I'm sure Emma Stone is white.
I'm pretty surprised the actor from Zone of Interest is not nominated. He's
Oh, hmm.
It's a tough year, but I mean, I probably would have taken him over Coleman Domingo for just if it were me. But
Well,
uh,
representation and such.
well, but Jeffrey Wright's in there too. I mean, not to say that way, but there's kind of
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it was still a great performance. It's comparing apples to oranges, but it's like such the
Yeah,
acting in
you're
that
right.
is
You're right.
so difficult. The acting in this movie was tremendously difficult as a normal human being. If he's a normal human being with normal feelings about like people and how life is, like that was just a very detailed. They were very detailed and great performances in those movies. All right, so actress in a supporting role: Emily Blunt, Danielle Brooks, Color Purple, America Ferrera, Jodie Foster, and Davine Joy Randolph. I made no progress here. I'm gonna probably watch Nyad before the next episode. I love
Yeah.
Davine Joy Randolph's performance, but I
Oh,
just think
I can actually watch all of these. They're all streaming now that I haven't seen. So that's easy. Yeah. Okay.
was the holdovers on Max.
Holdovers is on Peacock. Oddly.
Oh, the one I don't pay
Yeah.
for.
Right. Color Purple is on Max now though.
Oh, it is.
Just dropped. Yeah.
Mm. Well, I'm excited to see that. Animated feature: Boy and the Heron, Elemental, Nimona, Robot Dreams, Spider-Man. I'm gonna. I'm hearing a lot of good things about this Boy and the Heron. I gotta tell you, everyone that I've talked to that all say it's great.
Yeah. Just getting a lot of acclaim. I'm not gonna pick.
Okay. Cinematography: El Conde, Killers of Haroon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. How do you even there's so much good stuff in this category. This is one of the best cinematography years that's ever been. It is like every one of them were just gorgeous filmmaking.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh man, it's tempting.
It's so easy to just go. See, the thing is, I think ultimately I am going to start just going Oppenheimer. But it is like because I know that's where it's going, but it's more competitive than that. It's just so much more competitive than that. It seems like it's inevitable, but should it be inevitable? Because like there's a lot of close calls in every one of those categories.
I mean, shit.
Are you going to make a pick?
For cinematography, not right now. No, I want to see Poor Things first.
I'm going to go ahead for costume, and I'm going to make my pick. I'm going to go Killers of the Flower Moon on this
May I
one.
have the envelope, please?
Yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon. It just makes a lot of sense to me. It's got a lot of it's got just the sheer amount of costumes and the specificity of the class's differentiations and I'm in here.
A lot of detail there. You're right.
And a lot of work.
True.
And it's not like they all looked the same. It's not like everyone just wore these bland. I mean, they like any one of those dresses made for the extras was an outstanding costume, and they were so And like at the end, you remember the end when they were doing the circle, like all of those
Mhm.
costumes that they had for that was just, it was beautiful, like
Yeah.
there's so much stuff costume wise that I think just made this movie rock. So I'm going with it. I don't really know
Neighbor.
though, to be honest. Like Oppenheimer was a lot of suits, great.
It lawsuits. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Um,
Barbie
I,
was fun. Was no doubt Barbie was fun and cool, but and then I just think Napoleon's not going to make it. And Poor Things, I just don't think they had enough characters in Poor Things.
okay, so that probably may be the deciding factor. Again, I want to see Poor
Yeah.
Things first.
Yeah.
That's going to hold me off in a lot of guessing here. I'll be honest.
Well, Poor Things is a lot of suits too, and it's good. It's great. All of these costumes are great, but just like the costumer on Killers of the Flower Moon just was kicking just ass
Yeah,
all over the place.
I know you mean. Yeah,
So I did it. I made a pick today. I'm very proud of myself.
nice, good job.
Directing: Anatomy of a Fall, Justine Triet; Killers of the Flower Moon, Martin Scorsese; Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan; Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos; Zone of Interest, Jonathan Glazer.
Let's pick. Let's pick. I'm gonna pick.
May I have the envelope, please?
I'm just gonna go ahead and mark it gold because I already know what you're picking.
Yes, sir, Mr. Nolan.
Yeah.
I think it's your year. I think it's his year. I think it's time for Christopher Nolan to win an Academy Award, Oscar.
You know what? I'm gonna get on that train. I'm gonna get on that train.
May I have the envelope, please?
It feels like of all the Oppenheimer nominations, this one is the most obvious. It is.
Yes.
It is. It never at any point has it not felt like a Christopher Nolan project. It is Christopher Nolan doing what Christopher Nolan does in the best way he's ever done it. I agree. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time for a Christopher Nolan Oscar. So I'm glad we're in agreement here.
And watching I just think back on watching Oppenheimer, there it just almost in every inch of it, there are just so many little choices being made in there that I'm just like, he really should go win the Oscar.
Yeah.
So just
Bobby Wine, I saw in documentary features. In documentary, I saw Bobby Wine, the People's President. It was on Netflix. It is it is very good, and and I also have to tell you, I'm going to I'm going to.
May I have the envelope, please?
So, first of all, the three in the middle are tough to catch. They're tough to find. You're gonna have to pay for them to rent them digitally off of Amazon or something, but they're not. None of them are available, and that tells me they're gonna fly under the radar a little bit. Whereas
there may be some theaters locally showing them here in Chicago too. Actually, I mean,
well, we allowed a change last year. If I see these and go back, but I know that everyone's gonna see the Bobby Wine documentary, and everyone's going to see 20 Days of Mariupol. And we talked last week about it was exactly what I talked about, right? Like Bobby Wine was like a constructed documentary with like layers of emotions, and it was crafted in a way where it felt like it had a very big dramatic arc, and it seemed much more curated with the footage, whereas 20 Days of Mariupol was like, we turned our cameras on and we just filmed all the terrible shit we saw over 20 days.
Yeah.
However, since Alexei Navalny died in a Russian prison, and I think people are going to be pissed about that. I think they're going to have. I predict they have the president of Ukraine at the Oscars this year. I predict that they put Navalny in the montage and the Remember montage.
Sure.
And I bet you they have Navalny's family there as well to talk about him. And that's why I think I'm going to make my call. 20 Days in Mariupol is going to win this year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's what I think. I think it's about to be big. It came at a time when everyone's voting, and it's just going to be fresh on their minds. They're going to watch this and they're going to go, fucking Vladimir Putin, I hate that motherfucker. And that's what's going to happen. So that's my call. But the Bobby Wine documentary is awesome too. And I'll try to catch these others, but like we always say, who's got the time and who's got the money?
We'll see.
Yeah. Short films. You want to just skip short films? We're not there. We haven't seen any of them yet.
Yeah, not gonna happen, or not yet anyway.
I still got to see Anatomy of a Fall and editing. Anatomy of a Fall, Holdovers, Killer of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things.
Yes.
Your X's are off too. You need to fix your X's in the tracker.
Oh, why? Because they're on the name and not the.
They're on the name and not the movie, so I don't know.
Sure, gotcha, buddy.
Yeah. Here, I'll give you.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
I'm gonna pick editing. I'm gonna make a pick for editing.
Oh, what? Hold on, I wasn't ready.
May I have the envelope, please?
I think Jennifer Lame for Oppenheimer is going to be the winner.
Cool.
I think it's
yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's her first Oscar, her first nomination.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, first nomination, yeah.
These are all such weird editing choices. Like, I didn't watch any of these movies and think there was anything particularly edited, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I would say Killers of the Flower Moon and Oppenheimer. Well, obviously, those are the only two movies.
Killers of the Moon was 3.5 hours long. They didn't edit shit.
That's not the freaking point. Oh my god. Okay,
I knew that would
filmmaker,
trigger.
that's not the point.
I knew that would trigger you. Yeah.
Jesus God. Yeah. But
yeah, I think that's probably very likely. Here, let me put the color on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to make a pick yet. I want to see Anatomy of a Fall because I bet you that's gonna have some cool editing.
Sure.
Just seeing the different perspectives of, and I'll see. I want to see that first before I decide. But I would say I am probably going to be with you on that one, pending seeing that.
Curious international why the Holdovers is nominated for editing.
International feature film. I haven't seen any of them, but now I have seen Zone of Interest, and I will just go ahead and I will put that one on the board and I don't need to see the others. I will see the others.
May I have the envelope, please?
I will see the others, but now it's a British film. I thought it was a Polish film. I thought it was made with the Polish. All the shit in the credits said it was Polish, but I guess it's a UK film. Zone of Interest. Now having seen it and now understanding why it got the Best Picture nomination, because it's a sleeper this year. It is a great year. This came out in a great year, and any other year, this probably would be in the conversation of needing to win. I mean, it is just about as perfect of a movie as you could make.
Sure.
But I just don't see an I just don't think this year. I think we've also had a lot of years of international things, and then the year where America saved the box office and where America saved the movies with Barbie and Oppenheimer. I feel like we need to pat ourselves on the back this year, and we need to have an American movie be Best Picture. America.
Let's okay, I'm glad you had your moment. That's cool. Good. That's good.
I'm still pro-America. I forgot that you're anti-America now.
I'm kind of anti-nationalism generally. That's really
Nine.
America.
But yeah.
Mr. President, I'm beginning to smell a big fat commie rat
Makeup and hairstyling. Golda, didn't see it. Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and Society of the Snow. I'm gonna see Society of the Snow first, but Poor Things has some good gore makeup. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
really gonna be
oh yeah,
tough.
Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe's stuff is
Yeah,
pretty cool, right? Yeah,
that's
yeah.
great. Yeah. It is. That's a tough call. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Are
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
ready?
hold off. I'm definitely gonna hold off
You
there.
know what? We
Obviously,
did good this week. We made some picks. We put some shit on the board this week. I'm happy with
yeah,
our work.
did some things, yeah. But oh yeah,
Um,
original score, huh?
Original score. We'll watch them, but American Fiction, Indiana Jones, John Williams,
Oh, do you want to
Oppenheimer,
wait till
Poor
we do
Things.
like a score?
Yeah,
Should
we
we
should
really?
pick
Okay.
on the score day and on the song day. Same with the songs. Fire Inside, I'm Just Kin.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Okay. Got it. Got it. Got
Never Went Away from American Symphony. Hazy, Killers of the Flower Moon. I think that's probably the last song in the credits, right? We'll listen.
Yeah.
What Was I Made For from Barbie? Best Picture, American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not picking yet.
I'm
No,
not
not yet.
picking. Production design, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Boy, I gotta tell you, it's just this is where the Oppenheimer thing really I do struggle with because there was so much, just the construction of all of the launch pads and all of that, like all of that production design and the laboratories and there's a lot going on that makes, but Poor Things I think was weirder and quirkier and more of like
Quirky.
part
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the world. The detail of Oppenheimer is subtle. I mean, it just felt so authentic. So I don't know.
I mean, I think Killers of the Flower Moon could be a contender too, because again, you're just kind of immersed in that world, that environment. It seemed pretty authentic.
Well, Guthrie, Oklahoma is like that town just looks like that though too, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna hold off.
I'm worried I'm gonna let people down in this category again.
No, don't worry about it.
Animated short film, Letter to a Pig, 95 Senses, Our Uniform, Pachyderm, War is Over. I'm gonna guess that one wins just because of John Lennon and Yoko. But I haven't picked it yet. But I'm gonna try. I am gonna try to watch these. I'd like to go see these in a theater. So
yeah, right.
Live action short film, The After, Invincible, Light of Fortune, Red, White, and Blue, and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, which is on Netflix. Sound, The Creator, Maestro, Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, Zone of Interest.
I'm gonna make a pick for sound.
Oh, I am too, and I'm gonna make a controversial one. Go ahead. Hold on, let me get ready. Hold on, I wasn't ready for that. I was getting my own pick ready.
May I have the envelope, please?
I pick Oppenheimer.
A very good choice. A very good choice, albeit a wrong one.
Oh, is that right?
It's going to be a wrong one, I'm afraid, because I too am going to make a pick. And due to the merger of the sound, because now it's just best sound. It's not sound editing and sound mixing anymore. It's just best sound. And there is no more movie where the sound is more important than Zone of Interest. The sound is everything, and it is the entire movie. So I'm gonna say all the sound guys watch this movie and go, you know what? This is why we do sound. Where Oppenheimer is great.
I might be wrong.
If they separated the categories, I would have picked Oppenheimer for one and Zone of Interest for the other. But since it's one and I have to choose, I'm going to make the controversial call, and I'm going to pull Zone of Interest in here. Now, again, this is controversial. I think your
I
way.
could be. Here's the thing. I'll tell you this. I could be wrong. I'm going to stick with my pick, but I could be wrong because a lot of people have actually complained about sound in Oppenheimer that they couldn't understand the dialogue a lot of the time. I've heard that from a lot of people, and that could have worked against it. And my theory is really all built around like that moment in the movie. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, where because there's so much sound and so much score in the movie, but when you finally get to the moment of the bomb test, how it just drops out for like a minute.
Yeah, and to me,
yeah.
that was like that's where the sound really shined in that movie. And there was moments in that movie where the sound was like, this is incredible, especially in the theaters. It was incredible,
Yeah.
And the thing I'll say about Zone of Interest is it is incredible the entire movie. I mean, it is constant. The sound, the sound of the movie. I will say no more. I think it's important that you see this one so we can talk about sound.
That's fair.
Try to get this one in if you can.
Yeah, I will.
This is a sleeper movie. This is a sleeper movie for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, and
I believe it.
And it's not like Schindler's List. It's not at all like Schindler's List. You don't need to go in and kind of. It's dreadful, but it's not. It's not 12 Years a Slave, Schindler's List,
Right.
dreadful, where it's just it's way different.
It's all about people trying not to see what's going on.
Yeah, and it's
it's
out, and oh my gosh, it's so good. Hewler, what's her face? That lady's a superstar.
Okay. I got you.
Okay, visual effects. The Creator, Godzilla -1, Guardians of the Galaxy, Mission Impossible, and Napoleon. I've heard so much good stuff about Godzilla -1, but I haven't seen a single one of these.
Yeah, I know. I've seen 2 of them, but I feel like Godzilla -1 is like the sleeper, like you're talking about with Anatomy of or Zone of Interest. Yet, like this kind of came out of nowhere. I'll just wait.
I know it's not going to be Guardians of the Galaxy because there's so much Marvel backlash on their visual effects.
Yeah.
Also, in visual effects, they just work those guys. The working conditions are not great. They're paid well, but the working conditions aren't great.
Right.
The hours are so bad. You can't have a family. You can't,
Oh yeah, I've heard all about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen them. I'm gonna blow that one off.
You haven't seen Mission Impossible? You don't watch Mission Impossible?
I wanted to see it in the theaters, but I was rewatching them all. I bought the whole set on Vudu to rewatch them all in 4K, and I was working through it, and then I just took too long, and then it was gone. They're pulling the movies too fast. That's the problem. Is they're pulling the movies too fast. They some things need time to sit there to build some box office. Like this, but I don't know.
Yeah, not
it's getting, adapted screenplay, American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Zone of Interest. What a category. This is an unbelievably tough category because this Zone of Interest is great too. And I'm going to see American Fiction, and then I guess I'm not really going to have a choice to guess. But oh my God, you could definitely just flip a coin. You could flip you could flip a 5-sided coin on this one. Writing original screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall, Holdovers, Maestro, May, December, Past Lives. I still want to see Anatomy of the Fall. I'm pretty certain it's going to come down to Holdovers and Anatomy of a Fall, but I need to see it, and especially because she's not going to win Best Director. Yeah, I just don't think you need. I don't think Past Lives was great, but it just didn't. It just isn't gonna win. I just know in my heart it's not gonna win. I think Holdovers was a wonderful script, and I think Anatomy of Fall I've heard is gonna be good. I liked Maestro too, but it was a little
Maestro is not going to win. No.
It was a little mumbly too as a movie, It was a little too I think it would have been a great play if they could have broke some of those scenes out, a little bit. But tough call.
Yeah. I like May December a lot, but it's definitely not going to win. Yeah, I'll see Holdovers.
What is May December? I don't even know what that is.
It's on Netflix. Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman. It's based on, you remember Mary Kay Letourneau, the teacher who slept
That
with
was sleeping with a kid.
her 13-year-old student, and how they like got married after she got out of jail like years later, and like had a family and such.
Yeah,
So
right. They stayed together.
Exactly. Julianne Moore plays a woman based on Letourneau, and Natalie Portman is an actress who is like comes to stay with them and like study her because they're making a movie about it.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
It's a pretty interesting satire. It's Todd Haynes.
Yeah, they did end up getting divorced eventually, I think, Mary Letourneau.
Yeah, she passed away a couple years ago. But
yeah.
The guy who plays her husband, who, the kid grown up, was really good actually. He was Golden Globe nominated actually. Yeah, Charles Melton.
Well, I'll try to get that one in, but that's what you wouldn't say that one has a.
No, the nomination is the honor.
Yeah, well, then I'm gonna guess it comes down to Anatomy of Fall and Holdovers. As much as I did think Past Lives is the deserving nominee, this and also the screenplay is what made it such a deserving nominee. But there's no way it beats the Holdovers. I know that for sure. I need Anatomy of Fall. It's just all over the place. It's in editing. It's in Best Picture. It's in directing and acting. It just seems like it is quietly preparing itself for a special year, but I haven't seen it to know how special of a year it's going to be. And then also, I'm going to rewatch Oppenheimer. I'm just going to give it my full. I mean, I gave it my full attention the first time, but having now seen it, I'm just going to see what is the replay value on this. Like, was it as good as I remember, or was I just so excited to finally have a good movie in the theaters again? It felt like it had been a while when that one hit over summer.
Okay.
I
promise you, it's as good as you thought it was. But
yeah. Well, and I also just did Peaky Blinders too, and I just love Cillian Murphy. He's just so good. Okay, well, I think that's about all we got. You got anything else you want to say before we leave? Anything to pitch?
Oh, geez. I mean, not a whole lot right now. Again, like I said last week, I'll mention it again. Friday, March the 8th, if anyone's in Chicago, doing a little cabaret at Oscar Party Cabaret at Davenport. And tickets are on sale now at eventbrite.com. If you want to grab some, come out and see us. It's going to be a great time.
All right.
Yes, well, I don't have anything to plug, but I am submitting the contest, and so hopefully, if you're on the screenwriting circuit, you can come see me at some of these film festivals that hopefully I will get into. But yeah, anyway, good week. Everybody go watch some movies, go support the theaters, and have a great week.
Yeah, we'll see you soon, friends.
There's someone in my house eating my birthday cake with my family, and that's not me.
Sheriff murdered, crops burned, stores looted, people stampeded, and cattle raped.